Hi, for Soundview Executive Book Summaries, we're here with Steve Sashihara, the author of The Optimization Edge. Steve, one of the things I think people tend to overlook when they pick up the book immediately is that they may have heard the term optimization before, or they may have bypassed the book because they're not familiar with exactly what the concept of optimization is. Can you tell us a little bit about optimization, what it is and what it does for an organization?
The purpose of writing the book, The Optimization Edge, and what I hope is going to be useful to readers is that it's designed to help a non-technical person understand optimization. I think optimization is very important. So, plain English, what is it? Optimization is a real revolution in how we make decisions, business decisions, personal decisions, but in business it's extremely powerful. It uses a new kind of software called optimization software that can churn through millions or billions of choices and give you an explicit recommendation for how to act. When a lot of people hear the word software, they go, oh, okay, well, it's for a technical person, it's for an IT person, it's for a research and development person. I'm not a software specialist, but as a executive, as a manager, as a staff person, the more you know about optimization, the more you know to ask for it. And it has a transformative capability in most businesses as long as you know to ask for it. So optimization is software, but it's more of a change in how you're going to make decisions. It's letting computers be less of a filing cabinet and more of a trusted advisor. The software can tell you, here's what the software recommends you examine or you do.
Now, the important thing in what you said there is if the person knows to ask for it, because as having read the book, I can tell it's a very powerful tool for organizations, but that doesn't explain why aren't more companies using it? What are we missing? Why haven't more people picked up on optimization?
It's a great question. Optimization has been around for 30 or 40 years. It was invented in the 40s. Up until fairly recently, the computers required to do optimization were so expensive and so large. It was only usable by the largest companies, by the military, giant fortune companies for the most strategic projects. Now with everyone's smartphone, essentially not only just a computer and a communicator, but also an optimizer, you're really limited by people's imagination. So the quick answer as to why you don't see more of it is, firstly, it hasn't been available at an affordable cost. But secondly, executives and managers have to know to ask for it, which is, once again, the purpose of this interview, of the Optimization Edge. We're trying to make people aware this is available for you, but you have to know to ask for it. The way modern IT is done today, IT people interview their business users, their sponsors, their executives, and they say, what do you want? What are your requirements? They create a requirements analysis. If executives, if managers ask for optimization, they don't say, I need it. They say, is that possible? Can we get that? Then the IT people will go and look for it and see, yeah, in this case, actually, it would not only be available, it would be extraordinarily helpful. So it's not as widely known, principally because it hasn't been available until fairly recently, but it isn't as widely known because executives don't know to ask for it. And that's really the purpose of interviews, books like this, to let people know what it is and how to ask for it.
The other thing we should clear up as well is that there's a lot of discussion and a lot of buzz currently with the state of the economy and everything else about cutback management. People are always looking to cut back, let's trim expenses, let's figure out other ways to reduce. But I don't want to give the indication that optimization falls into that vein. Can you explain the difference between what cutback management is versus optimization and why optimization is actually stronger?
What a great question. In fact, not only is it not in the same vein, it really takes the same problem and heads in exactly the opposite direction. So given underutilized assets, and by asset I don't mean necessarily what an accountant would call an asset, but anything valuable that you have charge over. It could be plants, could be inventory, but it could be personnel. Any asset, anything valuable that you're scheduling or managing or pricing or acquiring, if it's inefficiently used, cutback people think, okay, we need fewer of those. Extra time, let's lay off some people. Machines not fully used, let's get rid of some of the machines. Unused tables, let's close down some of the tables. Optimization people all think the price that I can sell this asset for is probably not that great. It keeps me away from being able to handle surges. They start by thinking, how can I use these assets more efficiently? How can I price them smarter? How can I schedule them better? Essentially, how can I optimize these? And from a customer's point of view, you can always tell a cutback mentality. You show up to a store and you notice that the inventory is shrinking. Instead of having 3 boxes, there's now 2, there's 1 box. You show up to a restaurant and there's a section that's dark, they're not using it anymore. If you're an employee, you can always tell a cutback organization because you keep hearing about layoffs. Layoff next door, layoff down the hall, layoff upstairs, because they think if we can't use our employees optimally, let's just get rid of them. Let's cut them back. Optimization not only lets you use your existing assets more efficiently, but almost all growing companies find that by using their assets more efficiently, that's their competitive edge. And they buy the unused assets from somebody else at a discount. They use them more efficiently, and they just keep growing.
From one of those companies that's probably cutting back.
Yes.
So the cutback companies are actually, they're not growth focused. They're looking at declining and decreasing, whereas optimization, not only is it making things more effective with what you have, but it's actually prepared for growth.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And the thing that's really terrific about optimization, in my opinion, is it's not just a positive frame of mind. It's not optimism. It's something very tangible. There's a special kind of technology. You don't have to be a technical wizard to do this. You just have to be savvy enough to ask for it. There's a special kind of technology called optimization software that if you ask for it, it can make almost all of your decisions, your choices you make, how we price things, how we acquire them, how we schedule them. It can make them more efficient. And the software is available for very inexpensively for almost every user. There are phone apps that do optimization that are either free or cost you a few bucks, and that scales all the way up to large-scale optimization for large corporations. It's a terrific opportunity for people that are savvy enough to ask for it.
And to learn about this, they can read The Optimization Edge.
I'd love that.
Steve, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.